Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. There are 6 types of people who will pretend to care while quietly destroying you. Let's expose them. They walk among us, disguised as confidants, mentors, and lovers. They are the architects of our private sorrows, the unseen hands pushing us to the edge. This is not a list of minor annoyances. This is a deep dive into the abyss of human psychology, a journey into the shadows of connection, guided by the profound insights of Carl Jung, Nietzsche, and Dostoevsky. We are about to map the treacherous terrain of the human heart, and what you learn will change how you see everyone, including yourself, forever. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted so completely? The revelation felt like a physical blow, knocking the air from your lungs. Have you felt a creeping unease in a relationship, a sense that something is profoundly wrong, yet dismissed it as paranoia? That feeling is not your imagination. It is your intuition screaming a warning your conscious mind refuses to hear. If you leave now, you are willingly walking back into that fog, exposed to the psychological predators who feed on trust. You are choosing to remain a pawn in games you don't even know are being played. But if you stay, you will gain X-ray vision for the human soul. You will learn to see past the masks people wear, what Jung called the persona, and recognize the hungry shadows lurking beneath. What is at stake is your very self. What you will gain is the ultimate self-defense, wisdom. Carl Jung taught us that the most dangerous parts of a person are not their malice, but their unawareness. This is the realm of the shadow, the unconscious home of our repressed instincts and shames. When a person has not faced their shadow, it doesn't disappear. It projects itself onto the world, and most dangerously onto you. These 6 people are masters of this projection. They are not always evil. Many are deeply wounded. But hurt people, and their unhealed wounds become weapons to dismantle your life. Our first archetype is the most insidious because it disarms us with pity, luring us into a trap woven from our own compassion. This is the professional sufferer, the eternal victim. The eternal victim doesn't experience hardship, they inhabit it. Suffering is their identity. Their greeting is a litany of injustices. The world is a conspiracy against them. At first, your heart goes out to them. You see a wounded soul and your instinct is to heal. You offer advice and become their champion. But you soon notice a pattern. Your solutions are met with new problems. Your victories are eclipsed by new defeats. They do not want to be saved. To be saved would be to lose their only source of power and manipulation. Nietzsche called this ressentiment, the resentment of the weak. They don't want to rise to your level. They want to drag you down to theirs. They will make you feel guilty for your happiness. You start to dim your light, a prisoner of their pain. Jung saw this as a shadow integration failure. They repress their agency and project blame. Trusting them is like trying to rescue a drowning person determined to pull you under. The only way to survive is to let go. The second figure is the shadow philanthropist, the benevolent tyrant. This person appears as your greatest savior. They are powerful, charismatic, and endlessly generous. They take you under their wing, offering opportunities and seeming to want your success. But their help is never free. It comes with invisible strings, and each gift is another thread in a web that envelops you. Their care is a transaction. They are buying your loyalty, dependency, and autonomy. Like Dostoevsky's Grand Inquisitor, they believe freedom is a burden you secretly wish to surrender. The benevolent tyrant sees your freedom as a flaw to be corrected. They make your choices for you, for what's best for you. Their core motivation, as Nietzsche argued, is the will to power. Their philanthropy is about their dominance, not your growth. The moment you assert your independence, the mask slips. Their warmth turns to ice. Their gifts are revealed as loans, and they call the debt with emotional blackmail. You were never their protege. You were their possession. This is a massively inflated persona, compensating for a controlling shadow. To trust them is to place your neck in a gilded collar. The third individual is a silent poison. This is the flatterer, the echo of your own ruin. This person is a master of validation. They agree with everything you say, marvel at your insights, and praise your every action. Being with them is intoxicating, like a perfect mirror reflecting only your ideal self. But the echo chamber they create is a deadly prison. The philosopher Kierkegaard described a life lived for pleasure, avoiding the pain of growth. The flatterer traps you there. They tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. They praise your vices as virtues. Their entire relationship is built on inauthenticity. Their goal is not your well-being, but your approval. They are psychological parasites, and their flattery is the aesthetic they use while they feed. Jung's persona is key here. The flatterer loves your mask and demands you never remove it. Their friendship is conditional on you remaining a caricature. The moment you show vulnerability, they vanish. They have no use for a real person. Their support is a drug, preventing you from developing inner strength. They are the smiling assassins of your potential. Have you ever felt profoundly lonely while surrounded by people who claim to love you? Have you realized that a confidant isn't listening to understand you, but is instead collecting your vulnerabilities? Why does nobody talk about the fact that the greatest betrayals come not from enemies, but from those trying to save us, or worse, silently studying us? The fourth person to never trust is the master of this silent study. This is the confidant who collects, the silent judge. This person is an incredible listener. They draw you out with patient questions. You tell them your deepest fears and shames. The sanctuary they create is a laboratory, and you are the specimen. Their listening is not empathy, it is intelligence gathering. As Nietzsche knew, knowledge is power. The silent judge is building a psychological profile, mapping your weaknesses. This data won't be used to support you. It will be deployed with surgical precision in a conflict. Your deepest insecurities will be thrown back in your face as concerned observations. They will weaponize your vulnerability. Jung would call this a classic judgmental shadow. Hypercritical of themselves, they become obsessed with the flaws of others. Trusting them is like handing the keys to your psyche to a burglar. The fifth archetype is a whirlwind of emotional intensity, exhilarating at first, but ultimately destructive. This is the wounded healer who hasn't healed, the agent of chaos. This person often has a profound story of their own trauma. They are deeply empathetic, seemingly understanding your pain like no one else. This is a dark twist on Jung's wounded healer archetype. For them, the wound is infected and it spreads. They are drawn to your pain not to heal it, but because it resonates with their unresolved chaos. They mistake drama for intimacy. A stable relationship is boring to them. It lacks the intensity that distracts them from their inner emptiness. So they create chaos. They instigate conflicts and manufacture crises only they can solve. Your life becomes a soap opera of highs and lows. This constant emergency is trauma bonding, a shared psychosis, not love. They are drowning and have mistaken you for a life raft. Trusting them is volunteering for a role in their tragedy. In the end, you're just another casualty. The sixth and final person is perhaps the most heartbreaking, as their betrayal stems not from malice, but a misunderstanding of love. This is the idealist, the zealot of your potential. This person doesn't fall in love with you. They fall in love with an idea of you. They see your potential, the person you could be, and they become the guardian of that image. At first, this feels like profound acceptance. They believe in you more than you believe in yourself. But their love is conditional. It's contingent upon you striving to become the masterpiece they've imagined. The moment you deviate, showing a messy or weak side, their adoration curdles into contempt. You have betrayed their vision. They are not in a relationship with you, the evolving human, but with a static idol of their own creation. You are destined to fail them. They will try to fix you, to sand down your rough edges. Their support becomes control. When you finally assert your true imperfect self, their disillusionment is total. The love they professed evaporates, revealing cold judgment. Trusting them means entrusting your soul to someone who will only love it if it can be remade in their image. So there they are. The eternal victim, the benevolent tyrant, the flattering echo, the silent judge, the agent of chaos, and the zealot of your potential. 6 faces of the unintegrated shadow. To see them clearly is a crucial first step. But the ultimate lesson of Jung is to turn inward. Why are you susceptible to them? What unhealed part of you resonates with the victim's plea? What insecurity craves the tyrant's approval? The map of their shadows reveals your own. Jung's goal was not judgment, but individuation. The journey of integrating all parts of yourself, light and shadow, to become whole. We attract those who embody what we repress in ourselves. These toxic encounters are an invitation to look within. The most dangerous person is not one of these archetypes, but the unexamined version of yourself drawn to them. The only unbreakable trust is in your own capacity to become conscious, to face your own darkness, and to walk through the world with a wise, discerning heart. This wisdom is not paranoia, it is clarity. If you've made it this far, I want to know who truly understood the message. Leave the phrase, "the brightest light casts the darkest shadow," in the comments, and let's see how many of you really grasp what it means to navigate the human psyche with courage and clarity. If this video made you question something, if it made you see things from a different angle, like and subscribe, because this is just the beginning. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate.